What's up, guys? Dirt Road Soldier back again out here enjoying another day of this beautiful life. Today, hopefully, you got a cool one for you. We're going to do BC versus Velocity. BC being the 22 long rifle and Velocity being the 17 HMR. Where do we lose them at? Uh, it's already starting out that the 22 is behind because I have to zero at 50 yards with the 22, and the 17 is zeroed at 100 yards. So the 22 is already falling behind, but we're going to see if having the higher BC, if it catches up later down the road. And for the 17, there is a slight breeze today. There is a little bit of left to right, and we'll see if the 17 falls off because, as everybody knows that has a 17, when the wind blows, it starts missing. So we're going to find out which one shoots the best. We'll shoot 2 rounds at each target, and then we'll just keep score. And we got a pile of targets set up all over the place out here. And the furthest targets are an 18 by 24 inch plate and my big deer target, and they're set up at 300 yards. So we'll see if the 17 can hit it, and we'll see if the 22 can hit it. Both scopes are Burr scopes. One, or they're both on the RT line. One is an RT25 and the other is an RT15. Both of them are first focal plane scopes, and both of them have a zero stop. So I have dope for each rifle, and we're just gonna run them out and see which one does the best. Now we'll see if they can both keep up together and see what happens. All right, stay tuned. Here we go. Alrighty, we're gonna start on the bottom target. We got 10 rounds loaded up on the 22. We are gonna shoot with rear support, and we got the chronograph out. So we'll just see what our velocities are. Same spot. All right, I'm gonna call that good with the 22. All right, we'll move the target out to 100 yards, and we'll try again with the 17. All right, and that's where we were for velocity, about 1231. All right, we'll start on the top center target with the 17 HMR. Well, I think we're going to call that good. If I could hold steadier, maybe it would be better groups out there with the 17. It seemed like I'm wiggling quite a bit. And that was the average velocity of the 17. All right, here we go. The first target's here. We're going to shoot 2 rounds per target. So there'll be 4 rounds on this one. We're going to start out with the 22. The 22 says 0.1. Now, we were shooting a little high of our 0, so we're just going to start out just holding 0. And we'll shoot 2 rounds at each target and go from there. Impact. Impact. On the coyote. Impact. Impact. All right. We got 4 points there. All right. We got the little swingers here. These are 69 yards. It's calling for 0.1. So I think we're just going to hold center again. Yeah, maybe I better dial 0.1. All right, 22. We'll start on the big, go to small, go from right to left. Impact. We'll just go all the way through them and then come back. Impact. Impact. Nice. All right. Back to the big one. Impact. And the target fell down. All right. We're on the second target. Miss. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Wind. So That's -2. All right, the wind keeps picking up. It's telling me on this IPSC that I need to be at least 1 mil. This is 100 yards. Hopefully we do better than the little targets. I don't know. I'm going to hold left at least 1 mil, maybe pick up behind it where I'm hitting, so maybe I can make the correction on the next shot. I don't know. Let's find out. 1 mil. Impact. I held left edge, and it was about half a mil to center. So let's see if we can get another one. Impact. All right. Maybe I was holding too much wind. That's the difference. You're shooting it like the targets just before it. Those are smaller targets. Then that's a bigger target right there. So definitely can make up when small targets are hard to hit in this wind. All right, let's go to the next target. So we got 2 on that one. So make sure we get down our points, 2 points. All right, next target. All right, 2 rounds on the bear. The bear is 196 yards. It's calling for 5.6 mils of elevation. So this is where you hope your dope is good. And like I say, there's no backstop here either, but that's a big target. So let's see if we can hit it with the 22. This is where the velocity is really, the velocity is so slow that you're having to elevate so much. But we're hoping that the BC takes over, but we don't know. It's just a 22 too. So here we go. 5.6, 2 rounds on the bear. I'm going to hold right on his nose. Impact. We hit it somewhere. Holding the same hold. Nope, that one dropped. Must have got a dud, but I did hit it the first round. Heard a hit. All right, we'll get 1 point out of it. All right, back to the little targets. These are 144 yards, 3.2 mils. So here we go. 2 rounds each. See if we can catch back up in some points. I'm going to hold. Man, that wind's gusting. I'm definitely going to hold a mil on the nose of the bear. Let's see. Impact. Nice. Better hold another mil. Impact. 2 impact. Nice. Let's see if we can keep it up. The little IPSC is smaller. Holding a mil. Missed it. Too much wind, I think. Looked like it went just to the left of it. We'll go back 7/10 to center. Impact. Nice. Got it. Well, we got 3 points out of that one. All right, still going strong with the 22 long rifle. We are on the chuck and we are on the elk. And they are 205 yards. So it's asking for 6.1 mils of elevation. So here we go. 2 rounds each. So you got wind for shooting at the elk because it's long, and then you got elevation on the chuck. Which one do you start on? I'm going to start with the elk just because it's wind. So hopefully my elevation is good, and we go from there and we can catch up on some points here. So, all right, here we go. We will hold, I'm going to hold 7/10 to center. Oh, just over it. Is my elevation high? I came down 2/10. Holding 7/10 again on the elk. Impact. All right, we got 1 out of it, so now we're on the chuck. Holding 7/10. Elevation should be good. Impact. All right, same hold. Impact. Nice. So we got 3 out of that one. All right, now we're on the long range targets. This is 295 yards. It's asking for 11.1 mils. So we are definitely sending it in a rainbow effect here. So here we go. We're up to, on the RT25, I can dial up to 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 7 mils in a rotation, 8 when you come back to 0. So hopefully we can do this in this wind. So I don't know how much, I don't know if you're going to be able to see the target for the impacts because they're going to be small. So we might walk out there after we shoot and then just show if we hit it or not. So what are we going to start on? We're going to start on elevation or are we going to start on wind? That's the real question here. So I think I'm going to start on elevation with the big plate. So, because if I miss the deer, then I have no idea where I shot at. So let's start with elevation on the big plate. All right, here we go. 11.1 mils with a 22 long rifle, 295 yards. I'm going to start with, I think I'm going to start with about 7/10 on the left edge. So it'd be 1.5 mils to center. Here we go. No call. Dang it. More wind. Let's go with 2 mils. 2 mils left edge. No call. Oh, wait, there is a call. I think I hit it in the top left. Holy smokes. I did hit it in the top left. Yeah. You can see it on camera too. That's cool. All right. We got 1 point on the big plate. So now can I make that adjustment? Seems like I'm shooting a little high. So can I make that adjustment for the deer and hit the deer? That's the question. Here we go. Maybe we'll just hold under 1 7/10 to center. No call. Oh, I hit the deer. I think I hit him in the butt. Wow. We'll have to go out there and really take a look. Let me find my pin here and mark down 2 points. All right, we're back on the first 2 targets with the 17 HMR. And this is where I think it's going to get interesting because the slower velocity of the 22 is calling for more elevation. The faster 17 HMR is not calling for much elevation. So there's 4 targets where I was dialing, not on all of them. Now I dialed on 2 of them. But there's 4 targets that the 17 is calling for 0 elevation. So it'll be interesting. Does the velocity trick the app in saying that because the 17 is a lower BC bullet, but although it's faster, that it doesn't need to do any elevation? So this is interesting. So we ended up with the 22, with all the targets, we ended up with a score of 19. So let's see if the 17 can beat it. And we're not waiting for any different weather conditions. The wind is coming up, it's going down. So hard to say, it might just die off for the 17. So, but let's get this one on target. Here we go. All right, 54 yards. Here we go. 2 rounds each. Impact. Oh, you can definitely tell when it hits that, man. That's some hits with authority. Wow. All right. Impact. Impact. All right. Starting out good. Impact. Impact. All right. We got 4 points. All right. Next target is 69 yards. I'm not real sure if these targets are rated for the 17, but we shall find out. So here we go. 2 rounds each. We'll go right to left. Big to small. Impact. Oh, I think it put a hole. Well, I don't know if it put a hole in it or put one hell of a dent in it. Impact. And knock the target over. All right. I think we're just going to give the points to this one and say we got 6. Just for fairness on it, I think that target is just not rated for the 17 HMR. All right, we're on the 3rd target here. Now, still calling for no elevation, still holding 0. I think we're just going to hold center up just for the velocity is smoking. So let's maybe hold left edge. We're not leaving the plate, but let's see where we end up. 2 rounds each. Woo! Blowing the paint off. Boy, that thing is hitting out there. Man. All right. Next round. Impact. All right, next target. Impact. Impact. All right. 17 is killing it so far. So we got a 6. We gave 6 points to the last one because we figured that it wasn't 17 rated, so we gave it some points. Maybe we'll just give it half. We'll give it 3. So that'll be fair. All right, and then we just got 4 more points off of this target here on the 3rd target. So, all right, we are headed to target number 4, the IPSC. All right, we're on target number 4, still holding 0. Here we go. Impact. Right in the same spot I shot the 22 in. Impact. Man, we're smoking them with the 17 so far. I don't know. We'll find out when we get the distance. All right, guys, we're on the bear target. It's asking for 0.8 mils for elevation. Let's see what happens. The bear target is at, where are we at here? 4, 5, so 196 yards. Here we go. I don't even know what to do yet with wind. Do I even hold wind, or do I just hold center up, or what? Well, we'll hold right on his nose and then just see where we end up. Well, we'll hold right above his front shoulder. Man, right in the front shoulder. Woo! Barely caught that one right in the leg there, but we got 2 points. 17's whooping ass. Even in the wind. The wind's still whipping pretty good. All right, next target. All right, we're on the 6th target. It's asking for 0.3 elevation for the 17 HMR. Let's see what we do here. Man, I didn't even really hold wind on the next one, so on that one, I think we'll just hold straight up. Impact. 17's killing it. Impact. All right, on the smaller dipstick, just holding straight up. Impact, right on the bottom. Impact. Grouping out there. Look at that. Man, my 0 wasn't worth a crap, but man, look at those groups. All right, next target. All right, we're on the chuck and the elk. I mean, with the 22, yeah, I had to hold wind, but I don't think it matters which one I shoot at. I mean, I'm holding straight up on everything and just flat smacking it. So this is calling for 0.3 elevation too. So let's see if, let's just start on the chuck. Oh, off the right edge. What the heck? Oh, off the right edge. What? Wow. Looked like it was under it too. Huh. Oh, darn. Well, let's try the elk. Our angles have changed for which way the wind's blowing into me from the last target. So maybe that is what's changed on the 17. That's, man, from going to just killing everything to now I'm missing is odd. All right, on the elk. Man, under it. I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna come up 2/10. Wow. So that's a 0 for the 17. That's, huh. All right, well, is what it is. Next target. All right, guys, last target. That was kind of odd on that last two. Man, I don't know, the wind, yeah, it just changed angles, definitely, but that was odd. It just, like it fell off. And it's no further than the little targets. Weird. It's shooting, though. I don't know, maybe it's the ammo, hard to say. But here we go. We're, last targets is calling for 2.3 mils. All right, let's see. This is where velocity or BC, because now we're out there. So let's see which one works the best. I think we'll just stay with the same way we shot last time and start on the big target. All right, here we go. Question is now, since we haven't had to hold any wind, do we have to hold wind? So we'll just start on the left edge and go from there. Left edge, center. Wow, no call. Too much wind? Nothing to even go off of. That's all right. Well, more wind. We'll hold half a mil. Yeah, we'll hold 1 mil left. I hit it. I heard it hit it. I have no idea where it hit it. Wow, I think I hit the deer. What? Holy smokes, there's that much wind out there with the 17? No way. No way. All right, let's try the deer. I hit something. And that's a miss. So we'll give it a 2, I think. What's up, guys? Man, was that a rimfire battle or what? The 17 and the 22 going head to head. I mean, that was pretty impressive, actually. The 17 is pretty wicked within 200 yards and in, but when it got past that 200-yard mark, it kind of fell off. I mean, I was quite surprised when I was missing that elk and that rock chuck. And then when I got out to the large plate and then I got out to the deer target, I thought that I hit the targets out there, but after going out there and looking, the mirage was so bad looking through the scope, there was no new marks. The only 2 marks on the plates were from the 22. When the 22 hit that deer in the leg and then that high left shot up with the 22. But in PRS matches, if we have a target failure, usually they'll just get rid of the scores. So that's what we're going to do with the little swinger target. The 17 knocked it down, the 22 knocked it down, and it wasn't rated for the 17. It was actually really denting the plates. So we're just going to throw that score out. So honestly, it came down neck to neck. I mean, like I say, the 17 was on fire within 200 yards and in. When it got past the 200-yard mark, shooting at that elk and that chuck, I don't know if there was a downdraft that pushed that bullet down or what. And then when it got out to that 300-yard mark, I mean, man, I couldn't hit anything out there. And then I couldn't tell what I was hitting. I might have even hit the stand. I don't know. I heard something like a ting, but there was no marks whatsoever on the plates out there. So with that being said, the scores, if we went back to the first target, the 22 and the 17, both got a 4. We threw out the second target, so both both of them got a 0. The 22 never hit any of the plates on the third target, the little hangers. The 17 got a 4. We went to the IPSC, both cartridges got a 2. We went to the bear, the 22 got a 1. The 17 got a 2. We went to the little targets again. The 22 got a 3. The 17 got a 4. We went to the elk and the rock chuck. The 22 got a 3, and the 17 zeroed. And then we went out to the far target, and that's where I think the BC took over. I don't know. It's very, very slow at 1245 feet per second versus the 2545 feet per second. But that's where I think that app, like those bullets and that velocity, mess with those apps and think that shooting that fast, you don't need that much elevation or you don't need that wind hold, because using the Kestrel, it was telling me a whole different thing of what my wind hold should be. But anyways, the 22 got a 2 and the 17 got another 0. So all in all, with the whole thing, the 17 got 2 zeros, but it made more impacts. The 22 got 1 0 and it made less impact. So on a total point scoring thing, the 17 won by 1 point with a total score of 16, and the 22 lost by a score of 15. So it was a tight run, honestly. I might have to try this again when there's less heat mirage, maybe when it's cooler out, and maybe there'll be a little bit less wind. But that was a pretty cool deal. What'd you guys think of the 17 and the 22? I mean, it was pretty cool to shoot 300 yards and be able to hit targets with a 22 long rifle. So, all right. Hey, if you made it with me this far, sorry this video ran long. But if you made it this far, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you guys like shooting the 17 or if you guys like shooting a 22 long rifle. I like shooting both. As you've seen, a lot of rock chucks get shot with the 17. So I guess I got to take the 22 out and try to whack some chucks with a 22. So, all right. Hey, thanks for watching and have a great day.